And we're moving on to Executive Director Report. We have our very able deputy here, Dave Soike. As Commissioner Gregoire noted, Mr. Metrick is out on medical leave. We expect him back at the end of the week. And so, Dave, kick it off to you.
Thank you. And I know Steve has remarks about the last year important work, and looking forward into 19. He's excited. He'll make those remarks at the next public meeting. I'd like to cover one item today, and then about the agenda, and then a couple things that have happened over the holidays I think you should hear about. We're going to be hearing from State Representative Gail Tarleton today, and State Department of Commerce Maritime Sector Leader Joshua Berger. They're going to talk about Maritime Blue. It's the state initiative in collaboration with local and private partners to ensure the state's maritime industry continues to thrive. As part of that plan, we're also going to have port staff share some updates about our proposed Port Maritime Innovation Center, which is a key aspect of executing Maritime Blue. Innovation is one of the core themes we're going to return over and over through 2019 on, and the Innovation Center is one of those. But we also know that innovation is more than a building. It's an approach, and it needs to be a core aspect of how we do everything here at the port, from capital programs to environmental initiatives. I look forward to engaging with the Commission and with Steve on this topic all through the year. Now, I'd like to cover 4 quick things. First, the U.S. EPA has awarded our own airport a Regional Food Recovery Challenge Award. Regional Food Recovery Challenge Award for outstanding accomplishments preventing and diverting wasted food. Food waste is a recovery, and it's a key strategy to achieving our airport's goal to divert 60% of the terminal's waste from landfill by 2020. So here's some numbers. In 2017, the airport diverted 690 tons of food waste, compostable materials, and used cooking oil from the landfill. It saved us $33,000 in disposal costs, and it cut greenhouse gas emissions by 106 tons. Airport tenants also donated 37,500 meals to combat hunger in the neighboring airport communities through our partnership with the Des Moines Area Food Bank. Second item, we had a power failure during the holidays, and it was a great example of teamwork. Just before December 25th, Seattle City Light had a power outage in the south part of the harbor. It knocked out Terminal 46. And Maritime Maintenance was the first on the scene to try to fix it. Once City Light fixed theirs, we discovered we had a transformer that blew. The great cooperation here is that we had a ship at berth and another one coming, and we needed to service our client. So this is a story of cooperation. The NWSA, our partner in cargo, TTI, our tenant on Terminal 46, our legal department, capital development, both design and PM groups, maritime maintenance, public affairs, and procurement and accounting, all band together. And through the holidays, a number of people worked overtime throughout a long weekend, and we got power restored. The ships were worked. There was a delay on the first ship, but it was a good success of intra-port and intra-customer and NWSA cooperation. Also, Dave McFadden announced, it's the third item, that we've promoted Mr. Mian Rice to the position of Director of Diversity and Contracting. Mian brings over 23 years of public and private service experience to this position, and he's going to supervise the port's new diversity and contracting initiative that tries to meet the Commission goals of getting us to 15% on MWBE and tripling the number of those contracts. And for our fourth item, Lance, may I invite you up to the podium? As commissioners, you're all aware, there's been a lot in the press about the federal shutdown and how that is affecting particularly the true number of people moving through TSA checkpoints. There's many aspects that affect our seaport and various efforts and agencies on the airport side. And Lance, if you could just comment about how we are ramping up to try to help, for example, the TSA.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Commissioners, I'm Lance Little, Aviation Managing Director. Just like many of you, we're very concerned about the partial government shutdown. We're being very proactive. We've been working very closely with our federal partners, whether it's at the air traffic control, our Customs and Border Protection and the Transportation Security Administration. We've been partnering with them to do everything possible to mitigate the impacts at the airport. To that end, we are utilizing our on-call contractors, FSS. We're also utilizing our aviation security team members, as well as our employee screening resources that we have to supplement the TSA by performing non-certified, non-screening functions at the airport. So that what that will do is actually free up the certified and screening TSA agent to actually open more security checkpoint lanes at the airport. And we're doing this for multiple lanes at the airport. We're not sure exactly what the impact is going to be come Friday. But we're being proactive and we're going ahead. I'd really also like to take this opportunity just to thank all our federal partners right now. Some of them are furloughed, but they've been doing a really great job, not just to this region, but to this nation. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank every one of them for partnering with us here.
I also want to take this moment to point out that while security at the airport is paramount for us, we are also very concerned about what this means day to day for folks who work at the airport for the federal government and have been asked to continue to report without knowing when they're going to get their next paycheck. So we are actively working, and I want to applaud staff for immediately jumping into this when tasked with the responsibility of finding a way to lessen the economic impact for the families of these workers. We know that for so many of them, they are thinking about right now, how am I going to make February rent? How am I going to pay for my kids' daycare? And so we have asked, within our legal and statutory means, what options do we have to bridge that financial hardship for them as this protracted government shutdown goes on? I think it shows the efforts that the port staff have made already. It shows this spirit of civil service that our employees have, and I'm optimistic that we're going to be able to find some options for those who will experience financial hardship as a result of this federal government shutdown.
I'd also like to thank the airlines and the concessionaires for also chipping in to help our federal partners as well. So.
Right. No, I was just going to thank the airlines as well. I know that everybody is trying to pitch in, but I think Commissioner Calkins said it very well. At the end of the day, they're real people and they're our neighbors, and they have real issues in terms of just trying to pay their bills, and this needs to stop. And we can do everything that we can at the Port of Seattle and ask partners to step up, but we need the federal government to be working. So I just encourage everybody to pay attention to this issue. It's not just about screening at the airport, it's real people with real problems. Commissioner Feldman?
And just to remind everybody that we have the similar challenges at the seaport. I had the pleasure and honor of being at the Maritime Blue kickoff at Pier 66 today as a member of the Governor's Maritime Innovation Advisory Council for the port. And the governor was able to look out the window and see the Coast Guard cutter and recognize the fact that these folks are being furloughed as well, who provide critical services to our safety and security of our maritime front as well.
Madam President, back to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you, Lance, for the update.